Today I'm going to go over the basics of Google Classroom to make sure that you know how to organize yourself as we all try to work online. I have added a bookmark for Google Classroom. You might find it helpful to do that so that you can quickly see all of your classes. When you are in Google Classroom, you can see all of the classes that you are enrolled in. If you haven't joined a class yet, you will see a blue Join button. If you have the class code from one of your teachers, you can simply click on the plus symbol in the upper right-hand corner and enter the code your teacher gave to you. You are able to put your classes in any order you like. I prefer to have mine in the order that I have them throughout the day. You can put them in any order you prefer. I'm going to start with what a lot of people call the hamburger menu. From here, you can go to Classes, which is the view we were already in. That's the view where you can see all of your classes at once. Below that, you will see the Google Classroom calendars. When you click there, you'll be able to see the assignments you have for all of your classes for the week. I'm not a big fan of this view because I prefer to see the actual Google Calendar, mostly because I can see the view of the day or the week or the month. In Google Classroom Calendar, you can only see the week view. You are able to click this pop-up menu and see all of your individual classes at one time. But again, I like to see them in the actual Google Calendar. I think it's because I can color code my classes and I can make them stand out from one another. Now be aware, in the Google Calendar, if you move forward a bit, you can always get back to Today by clicking on the Today button. You can also do that in the Google Classroom Calendar by clicking on the Today button, which is located here on the upper right-hand side. Going back to the hamburger menu, the next thing you will see is the To Do button. From here, you can quickly see what items are due this week, next week, and even later than that. Be aware that if your teacher has made a mistake and didn't add a due date, the assignment will be located here at the top under No Due Date. Another way to see your assignments is to click on the tab here at the top. Default is the Assigned tab. You can show missing work you have, but be aware that assignments don't show up as missing until the teacher has graded all of them. And it's very possible you may have something not turned in, but it's not marked missing yet. The last tab you see is the Done tab, where any work that has already been completed will show there. For each assignment, you will be able to see the grade you have received for that assignment, as well as a check mark if the assignment was turned in but not for a specific grade. They will be sorted by the No Due Date, Done Early, Work Done This Week, Last Week, and even earlier than that. Going back to the hamburger menu, I'm going to skip looking at the classes for a second. You can view any archived classes or classes that you used to belong to but that you no longer are being taught. Just in case you would need to see something you did last year, you would go here to find it. The settings is probably an important place for you to look at. If you'd like, you can click to change your profile picture. Since we're learning online, it might be a nice idea to upload a picture of yourself so that your teachers know what you look like. Below that is the notifications area. You can decide to turn off email notifications, although I would not recommend it. If you turn this off, you will not receive any notifications from Google Classroom at all. That would probably be a good way for you to fail the year, since you wouldn't ever know when you have any assignments. You might decide that you want to turn off notifications for comments. You can see that you can turn them off or on when someone comments for your posts, mentions you, or private comments. Private comments might be a good idea to keep on because if you and your teacher sends you a private message in Google Classroom, you might notice it quicker. Under the Classes You Are Enrolled In section, you can decide whether you receive notifications from your teachers when they post assignments and when they have returned assignments. And it will also give you reminders for due dates for your homework. You can also decide to turn off notifications for an entire class if you'd like. Back to the Hamburger menu one more time. You can access each class by clicking on the individual class. Now that we're in a class in Google Classroom, let's see what you can see from this screen. The default page you are sent to is the Stream tab. You will see every announcement, every comment, every assignment your teacher posts. You will also be able to see comments your classmates post. This view can get very confusing because posts change order every time a new comment has been made, and therefore it's easy for you to lose track of the work you need to be doing. On the left side, you will see the upcoming section. Any assignment that you have coming up will show there, but it is limited to how many will show, so it's possible you might not see an assignment that's coming up. If you click on the View All, you'll be able to see more details of all of the work that you have. By default, you'll see all of the assignments. As the class progresses, this list will become longer and longer, so it's not my favorite view. You can click on the Assign choice, and you will see things that are due now and any missing assignments that you have. Clicking on Returned will show you any of the work that has been returned for this class. The Missing section will show your missing work, but remember, it's only the assignments that the teacher has specifically marked as missing. If you haven't done it yet, but they haven't graded it, it won't show as missing. Let's go back to the main page for this classroom. The next tab is the Classwork tab, and it's probably the most important tab in Classroom. First, notice that on the left here, your teacher may have divided the Google Classroom into topics. Each assignment will be located in the topic that the teacher assigned. If you click on one of these topics, you will see assignments listed just for that particular topic. Let's go back to All the Topics view. Clicking on the assignments will expand that assignment, and then you can click again to view the details for that particular assignment. If you click once again on the title of the assignment, it will collapse into that smaller view again. Notice that each assignment has an icon before it. Assignments and quiz assignments will have an icon that looks like there is lines of writing on them. A question mark in a box is a question that your teacher wants you to answer quickly. Any notes that your teacher wants you to refer back to regularly will be marked with what looks like a bookmark on the box. There will not be an assignment with this icon, but you will need to use this post for important notes for the class. Our last tab in Google Classroom is the People tab. Now let's look at some of the things on the top of the screen. At the top, if you want to see your work, you can click on the icon with the box with the person in it. You'll recognize this page as something that we looked at earlier. Next, if you click on the icon for Google Meet, it will immediately take you to the Google Meet that was specifically created for this class. No one except people in this class can go to this Meet. The next button is Google Calendar. It will take you to your regular Google account calendar. And the Class Drive folder will take you to Google Drive, right to the folder that all of the files that you've been given or have created for this class will be in that folder. At the top, you will see teachers listed for the class. Notice that there's a little icon that looks like a letter. If you click on that, it will automatically open up Gmail to email that teacher. And finally, you're going to see all of your classmates, all listed out. Again, one click to the letter icon and you will email them just in case you have a question for them. Okay, hopefully this little overview of Google Classroom will help you understand some of the basics that you need to function in our online learning environment this year.